Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of the Muscle and Fitness Nice Body series focusing on the physique. If you've been watching the previous 2 videos, we've been having a look at elements to help increase your chances of doing well in a physique competition. Remember, this is all about displaying your best body, showing muscular conditioning, balance, density, fullness, and the overall package. This final installment of our series will focus on the all-important abdominals, helping you to develop and display not only the lower, upper, and obliques, but also the surrounding muscle groups, and to really frame the abdominal, aka six-pack muscles. Today I've got 4 exercises to show you a routine that is intended to be carried out in a circuit manner. 20 repetitions on each exercise, slow and controlled, focusing on the breathing, minimal rest between each circuit, and then straight back into that second and third circuit. Now there are variations of this, and for that you can refer back to the ebook where I show you the different exercises and combinations that you can pull in to create your own abdominal workout. First, let's see the abdominals and show you the first exercise and which muscle group they're working. So with the abdominals, we're really looking at what I like to think of as 3 main areas. Well, first of all, this area, rectus abdominal, is one muscle group, broken up by a sheath here called the linea alba. Now, some people have this quite deep and open, other people don't. They tend to have more blockier abs, like myself. Now, everyone has abdominal muscles. It's not like you don't have them, and if you train them, you'll develop them. You develop them better, but you still have the same band of muscles. Rectus abdominis here, which is basically one sheath of muscle, and then you've got these cross-sectional bands, and the inner and outer obliques, which help give you those V-section abs. The main thing is how well you're able to develop your abdominals. Now, based on how long your torso is, how deep your linea alba is, or how blocky and wide your abs are, everyone's going to be slightly different, but these exercises will help you develop your best six-pack muscles. This first one is to focus more on the upper regional. Now, that's not to say that it won't work the lower, we're just putting more emphasis on the shoulders coming forwards, therefore crunching and working these muscles just that little bit more. Finally, I want to touch upon breathing. Simply doing the movement, crunching up and down, isn't enough. We need to really coincide the breathing and the mechanism of breathing, which is really getting all of the air out of the lungs, fully exhaling. Therefore the abdominals are squeezed, and then when we go through that actual movement, we get a much tighter, deeper contraction, and it's that movement we need to focus on. Let's start with the first one, overhead cable pull down. Now, while they may have been slower repetitions than during a normal ab workout, by slowing down that tempo and focusing more on the breathing technique, fully exhaling, then going through that range of movement with that crunch, I have a lot more feeling in the abdominals. This will help bring out the striations and conditioning, and really help develop the abdominals much greater than simply just counting those repetitions. Let's move on and focus now on the lower section of the abs, incorporating that same exhale and squeeze technique to help develop that lower abdominal section. For that one, I really do start to feel it more in that lower region of the abdominals. The principle is the same. Exhale, tighten the abs, and then I'm using my lower abdominals more to pull my hips forward. It's that hip tug that will help work the lower section of the abdominals, certainly much more than if I'm pulling a cable down. But you can start to see now how the lower section and the upper section, basically the same muscle, we can really start to develop and bring out that conditioning. So we do the crunches first, shoulders following that half moon, hips repeating that same pattern, breathing remains the same for both. Now let's move on to the third exercise. Start to bring in these finger-like striations around the lower obliques. Now you've heard me talk a lot about crunches and hip raises or leg lifts. We haven't spoken too much about rotational exercises, and this I found is key, especially for the physique category, to really help bring in that waist a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying that by doing or not doing rotational exercises will leave you with a blocky waist, just as I don't believe doing squats or deadlifts close to a competition will leave you with a blocky waist. If you have a blocky waist, you're going to have a blocky waist. But all we're trying to do is accentuate and define more of these muscles so that when we're doing our compulsory turns, they stand out like they're going to cut you because they're that sharp. You get it? Anyway, let's get to the actual rotational exercise, and for this I found the best tool is a pole or a broom handle or something fairly light, not an Olympic lifting bar that weighs about 20 kilograms, something light. So a broom handle, obviously without the broom on the end, is ideal for this. How it works: sit flat on a bench, the pole goes across our shoulder blades, arms go out, and with each full rotation we're going to fully exhale and squeeze the abdominals, like so. Now, if I was doing this for real, I'd be looking for 50 repetitions, 25 each side. I'm not simply trying to swing the bar around as quickly as I can. Remember, this is not a race to achieve the reps as quickly as you can. Slow it down, feel the movement, pause and squeeze. Rotate, pause and squeeze at the end. It's that slight pause to eliminate any of that momentum that may build up that's going to help you force that contraction and bring out greater conditioning. Remember, if you've worked this hard to get on stage, the final week, the final few exercises, the final few reps really shouldn't be that difficult. But you've got to make those final reps count, because that's what's going to help make the difference between potentially first place and second place, otherwise known as the first loser. Anyway, let's move on to the final fourth ab exercise and focus a little bit more on the sharpness of these obliques and intercostals. For this final exercise, we're back to the high cable pulley without any handle, so long as we have some kind of ball or something to grip onto. If not, you can use a handle. Basically what I'm doing here is going to engage the intercostal muscles here and the obliques and help crunch them, helping to frame the actual abdominal muscles and give you that fuller, thicker, more dense look to your midsection. So we've got a fairly heavy weight on here. I'll take this overhand grip, keep my upper arm fixed, so no bending at the elbow, or at least minimal bending, and simply exhale, try and contract these muscles and pull my elbow closer towards my waist. If I show you from the back how that looks, switching around, you can see I've got a slight twist to help work this section here, So again, when I'm twisted round on stage, this lower, thicker, blockier oblique really stands out and helps define the six-pack muscles with the rest of the upper torso. There we go, 4 key exercises in my book to really help bring out lower, upper, more of the obliques down here, and these finger-like intercostal and oblique muscles up at the top. Now please remember the key factors that come into abdominal training. Slow down the repetitions, focus on the quality of each single rep. You've got to remember that the abdominals, unlike chest or biceps, don't fatigue where they need 2 or 3 minutes rest to replenish glycogen. It's much more of a sheath of muscle. By that I mean a thinner layer, like that in the tibialis anterior. It's not a thick, full muscle with big muscle bellies. That means we can literally punish the abdominals. We don't need to do a set, rest for 2 minutes, and then move on. 30 reps, 30 reps, 30 reps, 30 repetitions, complete 1 circuit. If you need to rest, or at least pose while you're resting, and then repeat that circuit. I like to do this after morning cardio fasted without having eaten anything. Therefore my abdomen is nice and flat. I can really focus on contracting those muscles hard and deep without feeling like I've got food in my gut. Like I said, refer back to the e-manual where I show you several different exercises for your abdominal workout, allowing you to switch it up to stop you from getting bored and doing the same workout day in, day out. Hope you've enjoyed the series. Keep on watching for more muscle and fitness nice body specials with me, Rob Riches. And remember, keep counting each rep, make them count, and keep following one step after the other, and you'll get there. Whatever you want to achieve with your dream, plan it out, set your goal, achieve it, and let me know how you do. Alright guys, until then, train hard, eat clean, and stay focused. See you then.